Hi, Tom Norton here. Welcome again to English Trainer for Pros, a conference interpreter's best effort at helping you professionalize your English. In this final video of the series, I'm going to show you one more 3 to 5 minute habit. You collect, you explore, and the next thing you do is what I'm going to show you now. Let's get right to it. I want to introduce you to a website called Quizlet.com. It's a very powerful and user-friendly website and application on smartphones that allows you to import your collected orbit words, the words that you've collected, you've explored, and now you can import them into Quizlet.com and instantly create flashcards so that you can work with the words that you've collected and become familiar with them, become confident in using them, rehearse the pronunciation, and so forth. Let me show you how it works. Okay, well, I brought you into my Quizlet page. It's a page that I use for my classes. It's not really the page I use for my work as an interpreter. It's my teacher page. But I want to show you what we can do with Quizlet. And to do that, let's first take a look at a set of flashcards that I created one day when I read one article out of a Portuguese magazine called Veja, a very well-known, respected magazine in Brazil. I opened the magazine and I actually began reading the article, and I thought, I'm going to turn this into an orbit word period, and every time I see a word I don't use, I'm going to write it down in a notebook, pass it into an Excel sheet, and then put it onto Quizlet. And this is what I came up with. I have this long list of words. Here is the word in Portuguese in this left-hand column. In the right-hand column, I have its counterpart, its equivalent in English, just like I've showed you guys how to do. So there are a number of things I can do with this list. One is I can learn the words in the list. Here I can choose, there are 12 words that I have not begun learning yet. There are 14 that I've been learning and I'm familiar with. There are 2 that Quizlet tells me I have mastered. Okay, so let's choose these 12 that are remaining. I'm going to press any key to continue. And now it's going to ask me to do different things to measure whether I know the word or not. The word in Portuguese here is depredação. And the meaning that it was, the way it was used in the article, it means destruction, I'm pretty sure. Correct answer. Very well done. Okay, let's move on. Asserção means assertion in English, and so forth. That's one of the things I can do, is to just keep testing and writing and responding in the way they want me to respond, and Quizlet is measuring how well I know those words. Now, let's go back to this page. What else can I do? I can play with the flashcards, which is the original purpose. Quizlet was founded and continues to evolve into a really special website. So I highly recommend Quizlet, but here we go on flashcards. Now, here I wrote I wrote a little comment. It's a spontaneous youth gathering driven by social media. Now, there was a word for this in the article I read. I had never heard the word before.
Rolezinho.
And it is rolezinho. Rolezinho. Now, you notice that you heard the pronunciation. Right up here is that little symbol that we've talked about in some of our other videos. Never pass by this symbol without clicking it,
Rolezinho.
repeating rolezinho,
Rolezinho.
rolezinho,
Rolezinho.
rolezinho, 3 to 5 times so that you remember the pronunciation. So on the next card, I have commotion, uproar, disturbance. I believe what they're talking about here is
Alvoroço.
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 Alvoroço. Okay? Flashcards are a really cool way for you to look at the meaning of the word in English and turn it over, and you can see what the word is in your own language, or vice versa. You can have the words show up in your language and you have to come up with the English. And in both languages, you can listen to pronunciation. So what else can I do here with the orbit words? There's a writing function where they will show me the right-hand column of that Excel sheet, mire, mud flats, lo, da, sao is the word I'm trying to learn. Is an orbit word. It means, a mucky mire of mud. But I would never, because lo da sao is a word I read, I understand it in context, but it's not something I use because I don't have confidence using it, so I'm bringing it down to my orbit, just like you guys do. We're all in the same game here, trying to professionalize our languages, and so on. If we go back again to the Portuguese orbit words, we can see the next exercise is spelling. So,
graúda,
graúda, graúda, graúda, graúda. What else can we do here in Quizlet? Back in Portuguese orbit words, we can test ourselves. Quizlet generates a test. It's a multiple choice test, unofficial, informal, off the record. How about oficioso? And you do all 28 questions and you will get a score at the end. We go once again to orbit words and see what our next activity can be. We have two games we can play. One is called Match, in which we're going to take the word if appropriate and we're going to put it right on top of caso aplicável because they mean the same thing. To rasurar means to scratch over type. To entronizar means to enthrone, and so forth. Heavyweight means graúda. Amaze is pasmar, and connivance is conivência. And it tells me how many seconds I took to do this test, and I can play it again and again and again to test my skills. The other game is called Gravity. It's like an old school video game. A word is going to fall out of the sky, and I have to type that word or that phrase before it hits my planet and destroys all of us. Okay, so first of all, I get to choose. Am I going to focus on all of the words in my list, or only those that I may have put a star by because they're ones I really want to work on? I can choose answering with English or with Portuguese. So I'm practicing my English spelling right now, my English recognition. And I can choose easy, medium, or hard. I'm going to go with easy until I get accustomed to this. And I'll start the game. And so here we go. Here comes the word. Atolado em algo. Bogged down. Bogged down. I didn't get that one. Riscado, mired in something. Mired in something was what they were looking for there. Riscado is overstrike, like on typefaces. Here we have lodaçal, that word I showed you. Now see if I can remember. Mire, mud, flats. And so you keep killing all those asteroids. You have to be careful for the red ones because when the red ones start coming, things start picking up speed and it gets a lot more hectic. But this is a fantastic way to practice orbit words. Now, what we really want to do is we want to go back and create a new set. I'm going to click right up here on Create. We're going to call this set YouTube video set. And then right underneath it says import from Word, Excel, Google Docs, etc. So I'm going to pull up the Excel sheet that you guys have watched me working. You've seen me working with these orbit words over the past few videos. And all I have to do is select the two columns, Control C to copy, and then I click here where it says import from Word, Excel, Google Docs, etc. And there's a box. Control V for paste. And then I import, and lo and behold, I have all my words. The only thing left for me to do is to select my language. I have English on the left. I have Portuguese on the right. And I can come down here and create. Now, I can also copy that link, send it to friends if they want to practice the same words I'm practicing. At any time I want to, I can edit the set. I can share the set. I can add the set to a class or to a folder so other people can go in and work on it. And I can measure my progress or the class's progress. These are some things really that are designed more for teachers, but this editing the set is important to you because you can click on that and go down here to add a card. And every day you can add your 3, 4, 5 to 10 orbit words that you've been building. And every time you do it, you just hit done, and your flashcard list is going to grow. And what the habit is for 3 to 5 minutes every day to get your app on your smartphone and play with the words that you are accumulating. Play games, practice spelling, practice pronouncing. And it's a fabulous way for you to familiarize yourself with your orbit words. Guys, that's it for this wonderful series. I've had a great time with you. What I've been sharing with you are just a few of the tidbits that I share in my regular Advanced English online program, which you're welcome to check out at my website. That information is below in the description. What I would ask you to do, please, is this. Hit like on this video if you liked it. Leave me a comment. Share the video with your non-native English friends. And subscribe to my channel. There are many, many great videos where this one came from. I'll see you soon.